freely. BJP has hit back at the Congress party and has alleged that the Congress is parroting Pakistan's version with atrocious comments like these. Listen in to what Congress's Jairam Ramesh has had to say.
कि ये जो पहलगाम के आतंकवादी हैं, उन्होंने 4 आतंकी हमले कराए हैं 18 महीने में। आज वहाँ यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं, हमारे सांसद भी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं और आतंकवादी भी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं। तो यही तो गंभीरता से हम ये सवाल पूछ रहे हैं, इन सवालों का जवाब नहीं देते हैं। बीजेपी सिर्फ कांग्रेस पार्टी को निशाना बनाती है। इनका हमला जो है कांग्रेस पार्टी पर है, आतंकवादियों के ऊपर होना चाहिए, पाकिस्तान पर कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए, आतंकवादियों को गिरफ्तार करना चाहिए। कांग्रेस पार्टी के साथ आपका राजनीतिक मतभेद है, पार्लियामेंट में बहस हो, चुनाव में बहस हो, पर रोज मिसाइल जो छोड़े जा रहे हैं प्रक्षेपास्त्र, वो कांग्रेस पार्टी के खिलाफ छोड़े जा रहे हैं।
All right, Pallavi Ghosh joins me on the broadcast with more perspective. Pallavi, you spoke to Randeep Surjewala also, and he's acknowledged that communication has not been Congress's forte of late. What does it speak when Jairam Ramesh and senior leaders like him are making such comments?
It's a question of timing, frankly speaking, Akanksha. There's a time for everything, and in politics, that perfect timing is something which is very, very important. I mean, right from 2014, when the Congress lost out on a narrative of nationalism, Congress has been on a back foot. And mind you, there were many within the party itself who would make it very clear that, their stand on the Balakot airstrikes, their constant questioning and asking for proof has only ended up hurting the party politically as well as electorally, which is what is one reason why when Operation Sindoor took place and the Pahalgam attack took place, instead of any blame game, this time round the Congress played its cards very well and full-on support came in for the government. But all of that seems to have vanished, because now you have multiple comments coming in from within the Congress. And remember, there was a diktat which was issued, which was reposted by none less than Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, and despite that there are different voices. So now what is happening is, target of attack is Shashi Tharoor. Questions are now being raised about the delegation. It's being dismissed off as a PR exercise. And in this case, Jairam Ramesh's latest comments have got a lot of traction, but for all the wrong reasons, because the suggestion that is coming in is that, like the MPs, the terrorists are also roaming around freely. And this is something which many of the MPs are objecting to. Akansha, I won't be too surprised when you will see over the course of a couple of hours that once the MPs are free from their engagements, many of them may actually on record protest, saying that how can you compare us to terrorists? We are going there with a mission against terror, against the terrorists. And here, sitting over here in the national capital, one of the senior leaders of the Congress party is actually dismissing us off as terrorists when we are legitimately and democratically elected members of parliament.
Also, Pallavi, they've got it all wrong ever since the commencement of Operation Sindoor. Yes, you said that there was a stoic silence being preserved over there by the Congress party. But soon after Operation Sindoor ended, there were not only questions raised regarding the operation, but Dr. Jai Shankar was attacked, that too by the leader of opposition. Now, Dr. Shashi Tharoor, and worse being likening of the multi-party delegation with that of the terrorists. Remember, the multi-party delegation just doesn't have MPs from the BJP.
The delegation represents the country. It is not representing only one political party, but every political party has been asked to send their representatives, and that is what has happened as far as the Congress is concerned. And that's the point which is being raised by the government, that please don't dismiss of the delegation. Remember, it is a miscommunication battle that we are fighting against Pakistan. They too are sending a delegation over there. If you are going to rubbish the delegation, you are rubbishing the efforts which is being made by our country, by our people, to tell the world that, one, Pakistan is a rogue state, two, everyone needs to stand up and support us, which is happening. I mean, countries after countries like Guyana, whether it's Panama, whether it is Sierra Leone, all the countries are issuing a statement when they have completely backed India and also understanding our point of view. This is what is needed at this point of time. It's very clear from the Prime Minister's message that it's a long drawn war. Operation Sindoor is on hold. It's not over. Second, the propaganda war, the economic war against Pakistan is an ongoing process, and that is the need reason that we all have to speak in one voice as far as this issue of tackling terrorism is concerned.
Stay with me, Pallavi. We'll also play out some very important reactions coming in. Let's listen in to what both sides of the political spectrum, whether it's the BJP or the Congress party, have to say. Let's listen into these voices before we go back to Pallavi.
कांग्रेस पार्टी ने सारी हदें पार कर दी है। जयराम रमेश कहते हैं कि जो हमारे देश के सांसद, अलग अलग पार्टी के चुने हुए सांसद, जो हमारी लोकतंत्र के प्रतिबिंब है, वो जो पाकिस्तान को बेनकाब कर रहे हैं विदेशी धरती पर जाकर, वो दरअसल आतंकियों की तरह है। मतलब अपने एमपीज को टेररिस्ट की तरह कंपेयर करना, यही तो पाकिस्तान चाहता है कि हमारे एमपीज को टेररिस्ट बता देना ताकि उसको क्लीन चिट मिल जाए। इस पर सख्त कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए पार्लियामेंट की तरफ से भी, पर यह मानसिकता दिखाता है कांग्रेस की। शेम कांग्रेस पार्टी पर शेम है। कांग्रेस पार्टी आज डीजी आईएसपीआर की भाषा बोल रही है, पाकिस्तानी यूट्यूबर की भाषा बोल रही है।
You people are fighting Tharoor versus the rest of the party. Jairam Ramesh says कि MPs भी घूम रहे हैं और आतंकवादी भी घूम रहे हैं. The timing is something which people are questioning of the Congress party.
Absolutely not. May I point out to all the naysayers that Congress party and its Congress working committee, we stood in unison as long as Operation Sindoor was on. During Operation Sindoor, not one person came forward and raised any question. We supported our government, we supported our armed forces. We support our armed forces even today, unquestionably. However, once Operation Sindoor is now over, should accountability not be fixed? Or should everybody put a tape on their mouth and remain mum? Please remember, in the middle of a war with China, Pandit Nehru held a parliament session. Please remember, post-Kargil, Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee held a parliament session. But here, they don't want you to speak up.
तो आपका अपना है.
So, who's questioning all that I think our communication in charge has done? Sometimes in your enthusiasm, when you are traveling abroad, you say things which may not be factually correct. And all that Mr. Jairam Ramesh has said and the Congress party has said, surgical strikes have happened in the past. I myself, as head of communications, have given you evidence of those surgical strikes, including dates and places where it took place in Pakistan or even in Bangladesh, which is fine. Our armed forces must do it. We must cross LOC when terrorism have to be quashed. There are no two opinions. But let's not end up berating each other or berating our country per se in the process.
All right, so remember, it is not just the BJP which is in the line of fire as far as the Congress party is concerned. They've also trained their guns at their own MP, Dr. Shashi Tharoor, because he's now hit back at the criticism coming from within his own party over his reported statement in Panama that India breached the line of control for the first time during the 2016 surgical strikes on a terror base. Tharoor has now accused some of distorting his own statements on the issue of across LOC strikes before 2016. Tharoor, in a post on his social media, clarified that he was clearly and explicitly speaking only about reprisals for terrorist attacks and not about previous wars. Tharoor's comment earlier had sparked a controversy within his party when he seemingly praised the Bharatiya Janata Party-led governments for their tough anti-terror stance, including operations like Uri and Balakot airstrikes. However, senior Congress leaders and spokespersons have already pushed back strongly. Congress's Pawan Kheda has pointed to former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's interviews where he acknowledged multiple surgical strikes that were conducted during the UPA tenure. Tharoor, however, can be seen as right in making his claim because the Indian Army, both in a press conference in the year 2016 and through an RTI response, had dittoed what Shashi Tharoor is saying now.
First of all, this morning, Kiran Rijiju, Union Minister, had put out a tweet in which he said that since Udit Raj has gone to, Shashi Tharoor has gone to represent India, and hence he will speak for India. So, what is the issue with the Congress party?
Then he should remain to that mission. He had gone over there to expose Pakistan and Pakistan terrorist activities. Then what was the need to denigrate the Congress? That before Mr. Modi, there was no Indian Army had never crossed the border, Pakistan border, international border. Why? That means that negating the history of 1965, 71 and 6 time Manmohan Singh government had carried out surgical strike. Of course, that was not politically encased. So how can he say like that? So only option left to him is to retract and regret that what he has said about the Congress. He has a love for Mr. Modi, no problem. But only thing that why he should discredit Congress, that's all. And he has gone with the mission to expose the Pakistan. He should restrict to himself to that mission only.
So another statement that was made by Mr. Tharoor this morning itself, in which somewhere or the other he tried to clarify the facts. He said that he was not talking about the previous wars, but in fact he was talking about the surgical strike that happened.
He said the word never before. Mr. Modi, what does it mean? Don't we understand it? We all know it. He thinks that he speaks in American accent, European accent, English, and others are duffer. We are not duffer.
Congress party is targeting Shashi Tharoor, calling him a super spokesperson of the BJP. In fact, they are saying that all your spokesperson are failed, nothing before Shashi Tharoor.
Yeah, what the Congress party is saying is true. Shashi Tharoor is a super spokesperson of India, of the country. And I'm sure the Congress party is hugely jealous because there is nobody who can speak the truth in the Congress party because they always talk fake stories. Here is a guy who stands up for the country, who is a patriot, who is articulate. Now see, the Honorable Prime Minister had done something which was never done before. He was, through Operation Sindoor, he said don't mess around with India. He struck decisively, showed to the world that India will not tolerate nonsense. And this is something about which the entire India, every citizen is so proud of. And every political party did support it. Now when India is going around, people are going around the world, telling the world, this is what India is. This is what India's strength is. This is what India has done. This is what India will do. And suddenly they see one of their own party man who is in the international limelight, some in the Congress party who are absolutely boring people, can't really tolerate that. So we can understand. I think Shashi Tharoor has done an incredibly good job supporting the Prime Minister, supporting India, and I think he's a true patriot.
All right, Pallavi continues to stay with us. Pallavi, the brouhaha between Tharoor and the Congress party has been discussed at large, but many are now going to be wondering what will be the outcome of this tussle.
See, I don't think the issue is such on which the Congress party is going to be in a mood immediately to take any action against Shashi Tharoor. I think they're going to wait their while, and they know that Shashi Tharoor may end up saying something which is going to go and hurt and create a further rift between him and the party. But this much what top Congress sources have told me is that when he's, and I'm using them and quoting them, that when he comes back from the delegation level talks, we will expect him to come and explain to us that why did he demean the Congress party when he was travelling abroad? Why is it that he rubbished the achievement which was made by the Congress vis-a-vis surgical strikes as far as when the UPA was concerned, because he himself was a Minister of HRD and External Affairs Minister. But this is another 4 years left to go. The Congress party will tolerate him as much as they can. But for Shashi Tharoor, there is a life which he already has created for himself beyond the Congress party. He is not a quintessential congressman who follows the diktat of the High Command. He pretty much does what he wants to do. And that is also the reason why many in the Congress party feel that he doesn't follow the party discipline. He is only actually helping the BJP and at the cost of being at the cost of the Congress.
Thanks to you, Pallavi, for bringing us all those inputs and that perspective. And with that, we're getting in some breaking inputs. Remember, Prime Minister Modi is on a 4-state tour today. And what we're learning right now in breaking inputs coming in, that Prime Minister has landed in Bihar's Patna to inaugurate the new airport terminal shortly from now, and this is part of Prime Minister's mega roadshow also, which will be taking place in Patna. Remember, the Prime Minister was also there in Bengal earlier during the day, where he also launched some infrastructural projects as part of Viksit Bharat. In fact, let's quickly go across to Aman Sharma, who will share the details of Prime Minister's visit to Patna. What can we expect from Prime Minister's itinerary, Aman?
Well, Akansha, this is a very important visit to Bihar. Bihar, of course, is a poll-bound state as well, but this is Prime Minister's visit to Bihar after April 24th, when he was last in Bihar and Madhubani, where he had taken the vow that, there will be a very strong response given to Pakistan on the Pahalgam terror strike and to the terrorists as well. This was just 2 days after the Pahalgam terror attack had taken place, and on 24th of April, the Prime Minister was last in Madhubani in Bihar. Today, he has returned to Bihar. You can just see him inaugurating the newly constructed passenger terminal of the Patna airport. This new terminal, Akanksha, is built at the cost of around rupees 1200 crore, can handle about 1 crore passengers per year. So he will also be laying the foundation stone of the new civil enclave of the Behta airport also today, which is worth over rupees 1410 crores, which will serve as a town which is rapidly emerging an educational hub near Patna. So the Prime Minister is right now at the Patna airport and he's inaugurating the new terminal, and a short while from now, Akanksha, he will begin a massive roadshow which will go from the Patna airport till the BJP office in Patna, which is about a 6 to 7 kilometer distance away. So it will be a massive roadshow which could last over an hour. And once he reaches the BJP office, he would be holding a meeting with the BJP leaders there, thrashing out the poll strategy for Bihar also, because the NDA there is together. You can see the Chief Minister, Mr. Nitish Kumar, and the Deputy Chief Minister of Samrat Chaudhary of the BJP, alongside also the Civil Aviation Minister, Mr. Ram Mohan Naidu, is also there for the inauguration of the new passenger terminal of the Patna airport, which was a long, desired project for Bihar, was fast-tracked under the Modi government, and we see him inaugurating it today. So this is a big visit to Bihar with the big messaging, and the Prime Minister is also tomorrow there also in Bihar. He'll be holding a big rally in Karakat tomorrow morning.
And that rally is going to be equally significant because many are saying that for the BJP Karyakartas, as you rightly highlighted, the timing is so significant in terms of the assembly elections. This is going to be one visit which will also be seen as a boost to the morale of the BJP workers and also set the political momentum.
Well, absolutely. Bihar is a very, very key state for the NDA. We all know that Nitish Kumar earlier went towards the RJD, but has returned to the NDA fold now and has repeatedly said that he will remain with the NDA forever now. So NDA is a big, strong family in Bihar. The BJP, the JDU, the LJP of Ramvilas Paswan's son, Chirag Paswan, who's heading the LJP now. So all of them together form a very formidable caste and, electoral combination in Bihar. BJP is very confident of a good victory in Bihar this time. BJP also, NDA, had performed well in the Lok Sabha elections in Bihar as well. So very important visit politically also, because just in about 5 to 6 months, we will see Bihar going to elections. So this is incidentally the Prime Minister's third visit to Bihar in the last 5 months. He was there in February, then he was there in April, soon after the Pahalgam attack, and now he's here today again in the month of May, and we believe in June again the Prime Minister could return to Bihar to inaugurate more projects. So this is standard protocol also, Akanksha, that before a state goes to polls, a number of projects there are inaugurated ahead of the Model Code of Conduct coming into being. So tomorrow also, when the Prime Minister is in Karakat, we could see multiple development projects worth nearly rupees 48,520 crores being unveiled by the Prime Minister tomorrow. Today itself, this rupees 1200 crore worth new passenger terminal, as well as the rupees 1410 crore Behta Airport's foundation stone being laid by the Prime Minister. So a total of nearly rupees 50,000, above rupees 50,000 crore worth of projects for Bihar to be given by the Prime Minister today and tomorrow.
But also, given the back and forth of Nitish Kumar, what are going to be the new set of challenges for NDA this time around?
Well, see, Nitish Kumar, ever since he's returned to the NDA a few years ago, he has made it very clear on many public occasions that, he committed a mistake by going towards the RJD. Now he's never going to leave the side of the NDA, and he's been speaking about that on repeated occasions. The confidence of the BJP in Nitish Kumar is reflected by the fact that BJP has already said that Nitish Kumar is going to be the chief ministerial face of the NDA alliance, even for the upcoming elections. So though BJP is in a very strong position in Bihar, has more seats than the JDU, but still, they persist with Nitish Kumar as the leader of the NDA there. So that is the confidence that the Prime Minister has. You can see his roadshow now beginning in Patna, and he's started off from the Patna airport, and he'll be taking this roadshow right up till the BJP headquarters.
Give us a sense of who all are expected to be in attendance along with the Prime Minister during this roadshow. In fact, visuals coming in, Aman.
Yes, he's just exiting the airport right now in his car. We will have to see if he, boards the truck usually which he uses for the roadshow. So along with the Chief Minister, Nitish Kumar is very much there at the airport along with him. The Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Samrat Chaudhary of the BJP is also very much there. We saw the Governor, Arif Muhammad Khan of Bihar, who was also present there. And the roadshow has begun now. As we see, you see people lining up on both sides of the road with the tricolor, and the Prime Minister in his car waving to them. So this is the roadshow that the Prime Minister is holding in Patna. There are over 3 dozen swagat points which have been set on all along the way till the BJP headquarters for the Prime Minister. And you can see him there acknowledging and waving to the crowd. So this roadshow has just begun. It's expected to go on for almost an hour before he reaches the BJP office in Patna and holds a meeting there with the BJP leaders, brainstorming over the election strategy and the political strategy for the NDA ahead of the upcoming elections in Bihar.
Absolutely. And what stands out is the infra push by the government, by NDA over here in Bihar. Not to forget that in an opposition ruled state like Bengal as well, we've seen Prime Minister today as he embarks on that 4-state tour, launch all of those infrastructural projects. And that also goes on to underline Prime Minister's efforts to ensure that each and every state is included in his vision of Viksit Bharat.
Well, absolutely. I think the development journey that under Mr. Modi, the centre and the various states have seen is pretty unparalleled. Even on this trip, as I was just telling you, projects worth nearly rupees 52,000 crore are either being inaugurated or their foundation stone is being laid by the Prime Minister in Bihar, starting off with this newly constructed passenger terminal of the Patna airport, which itself is worth rupees 1,200 crores. The Behta Airport foundation stone for the new civil enclave is being laid by the Prime Minister today at rupees 1,410 crore. This Behta Airport will serve as a town which is rapidly emerging as an educational hub near Patna. It houses the IIT Patna and the proposed NIT Patna campus. So a big, a gift for the students as well. And tomorrow we will see him in Karakat, where he is inaugurating and laying the foundation stone of multiple development projects worth nearly rupees 48,520 crore. There's a super thermal power plant which is being, foundation stone of it is being laid in the Aurangabad district by the Prime Minister, which alone is worth nearly 30,000 crore, which will aim at ensuring the energy security for Bihar and Eastern India, will boost industrial growth and create job opportunities, also provide affordable electricity in this entire region of Bihar, which is seen as impoverished by many. Also, major boost to road infrastructure, connectivity. The Prime Minister is laying the foundation stone for various road projects tomorrow as well. 4-laning of projects, 6-laning of projects, and for creating the seamless high-speed corridors in the state, which could boost trade and regional connectivity as well. So even rail projects are being inaugurated by the Prime Minister tomorrow.
Stay with me, Ahmad, as we also take our viewers through what's happening as Prime Minister embarks that roadshow in Bihar. Remember, Bihar is one of the states that Prime Minister has embarked on today as he takes up that 4-state tour. Prime Minister is leading this 1-hour roadshow from Patna Airport to the BJP state headquarters, and this entire roadshow will go via key locations in Bihar. Massive security and traffic arrangements have been made with diversions and advisories issued. And traffic will remain restricted across the entire city. In fact, the critical arteries from 4 p.m. up until 8 p.m. Only emergency vehicles and ticket-holding air passengers will be allowed access. But over there, Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Bihar in that roadshow, which he started from the airport, as Aman has been highlighting, the infra push by Prime Minister as he launched one of the significant terminals of the airport over there. And I quickly bring Aman back into the conversation. Aman, Operation Sindoor is not over as yet. That's been the key message of Prime Minister as he visits each and every state. And remember, this visit of Prime Minister to Bihar is the first since Operation Sindoor began.
Well, yes, since Operation Sindoor began, this is the first visit to Bihar. And, as I was saying earlier, that, this is also a visit after his visit on April 24th, just after the Pahalgam terror strike has happened. So in a way, the Prime Minister has returned to Bihar to tell the people of Bihar tomorrow at a big public rally that, look, I made a promise on April 24th when I came here. The country was then angry. The country was grieving. The country was very, very disturbed by the visuals which had come from Pahalgam. And I have come back here to Bihar to speak to the people after I have completed my vow. The Prime Minister, you remember, in Madhubani, had briefly even broken to speak in English to address the international audience as well, saying that we will pursue and to pursue and get to every perpetrator, every backer, every sponsor of this terror attack in Pahalgam. We will pursue them till the ends of the earth. So Prime Minister was very clear at that time also that it will be an unimaginable punishment will be levied on Pakistan and the terrorist outfits in Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and that is what the government has done exactly through Operation Sindoor. So I think the Prime Minister's message tomorrow in Karakat when he speaks at this massive public rally where nearly 2 to 3 lakh people are expected to collect, the Prime Minister will be telling them how his vow has been fulfilled by the brave and armed forces of the country, which have shown immense valor to strike not just at the terrorist headquarters in Pakistan, deep inside Pakistan, but also various Pakistani air bases that brought Pakistan to its knees and virtually plead for a ceasefire with India. So I think that strong messaging on Operation Sindoor is expected from the Prime Minister tomorrow when he speaks in Karakat. But you can see these visuals of the roadshow also today. People lining up, hundreds of people lining up across on both sides of the road to get a glimpse of the Prime Minister. He remains immensely popular, in fact, in the state of Bihar. And BJP has been exceedingly doing well in Bihar in the various Lok Sabha elections.
Right.
This time in the assembly elections also, BJP will be hoping for a repeat of the same.
Stay with me, Aman. I'm also joined in by Arun Danta, who brings us more information regarding Prime Minister's visit to Bihar. Remember, the first priority is also going to be a testament that Prime Minister's visit is now as far as Bihar is concerned, because BJP is already hailing this as centre's commitment, especially when it comes to development in Bihar. Arun?
Well, that's right, Akanksha. With this visit of Prime Minister Modi, there are multiple messages which is being sent out by the Prime Minister and the BJP. Of course, as Aman was also highlighting this fact that it was Bihar from where Prime Minister Modi, in fact, vowed that action against the terrorists and their masterminds. And that's what happened. Everybody witnessed with the Operation Sindoor. So this is reinforcing a strong image. The success of the Operation Sindoor, allowing Prime Minister Modi and his party to project an image of decisive leadership. The national security is priority for them, and strength against terrorism. And this is something which resonates strongly with a large section of the electorates, particularly those who prioritize national security. And we also should not forget that Bihar is a poll-bound state. This year itself, you will be seeing the elections being conducted in the state. So this is also, of course, a fulfilling promise which Prime Minister Modi made in Madhubani. And in fact, you will see the reflection of that in tomorrow's address of Prime Minister Modi. Today, of course, he's going to stay put in Patna itself, and tomorrow that rally is going to take place, and many would of course be waiting for that Prime Minister Modi's address as to what he is going to speak. And since he has vowed that action against terrorists in Madhubani from Bihar's soil, so many are expecting, of course, that Prime Minister Modi would speak on the Operation Sindoor, the success of the Operation Sindoor, and how he fulfilled that promise which he made from the land of Bihar. This is, of course, is a method to building trust and confidence amongst the voters, and the new narrative with these rallies and roadshow that has become a platform for the Prime Minister Modi to showcase the new India narrative, which is not afraid from anyone, one that is unafraid and capable of.
Right.
Deterring its
I would
enemies.
also take a moment to weigh in on how there's this consistent focus, especially when it comes to Bihar, on developing the aviation sectors, whether it is the international airport in Patna or the foundation laying for the Bita Airport civil enclave.
Well, that's right. And in fact, in 2 days, today and tomorrow, you will see Prime Minister Modi throwing open multiple projects. We saw in West Bengal sometime back, Prime Minister Modi was inaugurating few projects, and you will see, of course, tomorrow also various projects being inaugurated by Prime Minister Modi. And today, of course, the airport and a terminal area in the Patna airport, these two important things, and then you will see the railway infrastructure. So it's a mixture of multiple things. You have infrastructure creation, you have roads, you have the power, various other things, which is part of this Prime Minister Modi's 2 days visit. And tomorrow you will see when Prime Minister Modi will be in Uttar Pradesh, there also Kanpur, you will see various projects will be inaugurated by Prime Minister Modi. So along with the showcasing how Prime Minister Modi and the BJP think about the national security, with showcasing the developmental work, which is of course very clear with this visit of Prime Minister Modi, that for them what is important is the mission of Viksit Bharat 2047. If you've seen last 6 to 8 months, that has been largely the focus of the government. Even when this Niti Aayog's meeting held in Delhi, the focus was Viksit Rajya for Viksit Bharat 2047. Even later on, when that NDA Chief Minister's meeting happened in Delhi, even in that meeting, the focus was on the cooperative federalism, that how states need to come together, learn from each other, and then only we will see India is developing. So with this visit of Prime Minister Modi, not only a message of strength and national security, but also on the path of the infrastructural growth which country is doing at this point, and it is need of the hour to become India Viksit Bharat.
Stay with me, Arun. In fact, let me bring in Aman. Aman, whenever we look at BJP's electoral strategy, Prime Minister Modi is always at the hem of affairs. He's always seen as the poster boy. And this is exactly what's happening today as well, as the BJP looks to capitalize on Prime Minister Modi's popularity and development promises. And so, what can we expect when it comes to the laying of the political groundwork that Prime Minister is there for? Because remember, that's exactly how the BJP works.
Well, absolutely. Akanksha, if you see the BJP's Bihar is one state, where the BJP has always played second fiddle to the JDU ever since, 2005, when Nitish Kumar became the chief minister with the BJP's support. BJP's always played second fiddle, but over the last few years, especially I think since the last assembly elections, we have seen the BJP come into its own in Bihar and, winning a good number of seats, getting cross-state appeal as well, largely due to the efforts of the Prime Minister, who has toured Bihar extensively, who has helped in the development journey of Bihar. And that is why the BJP, when it tied up again with Nitish Kumar, though Nitish Kumar had left them on one occasion, the BJP chose again to tie up with Nitish Kumar because they also realized that the caste combination in Bihar becomes very formidable if the BJP and the JDU are together. No, JDU is like I would say the party, whichever alliance it allies with, that alliance gets a big advantage in Bihar. When the JDU allied up with the RJD, they were able to form the government in Bihar, and when JDU allied with the BJP, they were able to form the government in Bihar. So in a way, JDU remains the key player in Bihar, and BJP this time has managed to firmly get the JDU in its camp. You can see Nitish Kumar, very much there at the Niti Aayog meeting. Also next day for the NDA Chief Minister's meeting, Nitish Kumar did arrive for that as well, and his chemistry with the Prime Minister has also been good over the past few years, and that is what is giving the BJP a lot of hope that in the upcoming elections it will be able to register a record thumping victory in the upcoming assembly elections in October, November in Bihar. The other side, you do have the RJD tying up with the Congress and the left parties, which is also a formidable combination. But I think the BJP's record of development in Bihar and its electoral chemistry, along with the JDU and the LJP, which is always, punched above its weight, the party of Chirag Paswan, I think these three parties together hold a very, very strong edge in Bihar. And that is what the BJP is hoping, that this constant visits of the Prime Minister.
There's some very interesting points you've just made, Aman. I want to take them forward with Arun. Arun, at a time you're saying how Lalu's RJD has been plagued by his own set of personal woes thanks to his son. How can BJP this time around capitalize on the momentum that it's already set through the past electoral victories of, say, states like Haryana, Rajasthan, Delhi?
Well, see, BJP, Akanksha, has shown in the past that how they can, in fact, win elections even when there is anti-incumbency against them. The history, said something else and BJP did something. Even in Uttarakhand, if you remember, it has never happened that the government was repeated, but BJP made it possible. The same thing happened in Haryana also. But now when we are on the heels of Bihar election, Prime Minister Modi, and also remember that this month itself, Prime Minister Modi is once again going to visit Bihar. So you will see multiple visits of Prime Minister Modi. And the important fact, of course, through this, because it's not only a rally or a roadshow of Prime Minister Modi. With this visit of Prime Minister Modi to Bihar, he's showing that it's a double-engine government and how the visible progress can be seen by inaugurating, various projects, like as you were mentioning about the airport terminal, the power plants, highways, railways, upgrading them and providing that, a tangible evidence of the central government's investment to develop the Bihar. And also with this, the message is very clear that the fulfilling promises is something which many of these projects might have been in the pipeline for a while, or their foundation stones laid previously. But this inauguration signifies the completion and the delivery of the promises, to build the trust among the electorates. And holistic development is something which includes these range of projects, from infra to energy, to connectivity, that demonstrates the comprehensive approach to Bihar's growth. And this will in fact create that job creation, when you have the construction and the operationalize of these projects. It will generate direct and indirect employment opportunities for the local residents. And that has been the biggest concern in Bihar.
Aman, on one hand, you have Prime Minister basking in the glory of the success of Operation Sindoor. There's the infra push by the BJP, which has already established centre's commitment to Bihar. On the other hand, you have the Tej Pratap controversy, which is plaguing not just the RJD, but the political prospects of an opposition alliance coming to power. What do you think is going to now exactly work in favor of the NDA?
Look at the political electoral history of Bihar. The last elections in 2020 assembly elections, the BJP and the JDU had fought it together. And, many would be surprised by knowing that the BJP emerged as the single largest party in Bihar. It won 80 seats against 45 by the JDU. So BJP was almost double the tally of the JDU in the last elections. They together formed the government. And despite the BJP having 80 seats against JDU's 45, BJP fulfilled its pre-poll promise that Nitish Kumar will be the chief minister. Nitish Kumar left the BJP fold later to join hands with the RJD, but then returned to the BJP's fold a couple of years back, and now he's firmly with the BJP. So it is very, very clear in the electoral politics of Bihar that whoever the JDU goes with has the best chance of forming the government. Even in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, we saw the BJP win 12 seats, the JDU win 12 seats, and Chirag Paswan win 5 seats. So out of the 40 seats in Bihar, 29 seats were won by the NDA. Again, a very handsome performance by the NDA in Bihar in the Lok Sabha elections also, when these three parties, BJP, JDU and the LJP, were together. So that makes the electoral combination of Bihar is such that if these three parties stay together, and they're already together for these assembly elections as well, which will happen in the next 4 to 5 months, it puts the NDA surely in a pole position. You see the latest controversy over Lalu Prasad's elder son, Tej Pratap, whom Lalu Yadav has now, expelled from his family as well as from his party for the next 6 years. It shows how much Lalu Yadav thought that controversy around his son could hurt the party's chances. The RJD is basically targeting the votes of the Yadavs and the Muslims. But on the other hand, you have the NDA alliance, which has a rainbow coalition, the upper caste, the lower caste, the extreme backward classes, these and the Dalits, under Chirag Paswan community. These are all very, very important vote bases, and Nitish Kumar has a very, very strong vote base of his own. So all this combined, the electoral combination and the caste calculation of Bihar, because Bihar is also a very, completely caste factor is the biggest in the Bihar elections as it is in UP. So BJP knows the importance of this. and along with the Prime Minister's appeal and the electoral combination that the NDA has, the BJP is very, very confident that along with Nitish Kumar and Chirag Paswan, it will be able to win the Bihar elections very easily in the next 4 to 5 months. And also, Akansha, we have to keep in mind that this will be the first state election after Operation Sindoor.
Right.
So, clearly in the northern part of the country, in the northern states, especially states like Bihar,
right,
where, nationalism and the anti-Pakistan rhetoric is very, very high. We could see the BJP, this issue of Operation Sindoor work favorably in the favor of the NDA alliance when it comes to elections in Bihar.
All right, stay with me, Aman. Clearly, it seems that Prime Minister's multi-state tour is also causing quite a flutter within the opposition, because after Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge, we are getting in another reaction from the opposition with regards to Operation Sindoor. Breaking inputs coming in after Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge. Now, West Bengal's Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has downplayed Operation Sindoor. Banerjee has said, and I quote, "It is a small thing, there has been no war." Listen to what Mamata Banerjee said.
पब्लिसिटी तो हुआ है, छोटा सा एक बात, कोई युद्ध तो नहीं हुआ, तो पब्लिसिटी तो हुआ है, छोटा सा एक बात, कोई युद्ध तो नहीं हुआ.
All right, so you heard that reaction coming in, a very sharp one of the Bengal CM. But Aman continues to stay with me. Aman, on one hand, we are playing out the visuals of Prime Minister Modi. All right, getting in Komalika right now. Komalika, it was just before his visit to Patna that Prime Minister was in Bengal today, also talking about how Viksit Bengal is equally a part of Viksit Bharat. And so, what does it speak of Prime Minister's own success story when it comes to Operation Sindoor and the threatened response coming from the Bengal CM?
Well, it's absolutely now, it seems it's a war of words and a very strong and very attacking reply by Mamata Banerjee, and where not only, it is a reply with regarding Operation Sindoor. She has stated that at one point of time he used to sell tea, and then he used to be a paharedar of the people, and now he's trying to sell Sindoor. So this is the line which 2 days back Udayan Guha, the Minister of North Bengal, he said almost the same thing in that line. So then we came to know that from our sources in TMC, that TMC does not endorse that line. Yesterday in the evening in their press conference also Kunal Ghosh said that the party does not endorse that line. Having said that, today when Mamata Banerjee was replying to Narendra Modi and was speaking on that, she almost said the same thing, and she said that the fact is they tried to actually show that they're trying to make, the BJP is trying to make Operation Sindoor as a publicity of BJP. But in saying that, the same thing, that same reference of the business of Sindoor, she has brought in. So definitely this is something which is surprising, because yesterday itself they said that it is a statement of Udayan Guha. Now it seems that after Narendra Modi's visit, that their line is absolutely now on, she has said that
so
she...
Kamalika,
now
what
will be opening her
explains
mouth
this
on-
U-turn? What explains this U-turn, given that you yourself have stated that the TMC, including the CM, were distancing themselves from Udayan Guha's comments, and today itself we hear the CM endorse those very remarks by echoing the same words. And what does it speak of the CM and Prime Minister's visit? Is there a sense of panic or threat that you're sensing when it comes to Prime Minister's visit and the launch of those infrastructural projects?
See, next year is election, and when there will be election, it's 15 years of anti-incumbency which Mamata Banerjee will have in her pocket. So definitely, Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, is definitely a heavy weight. He came and he also attacked on the Trinamool policies. He tried to criticize the Trinamool government. So it is probably the result of the attack what Prime Minister Modi made on how
Many
things
thanks
are
to you,
bad.
Kamalika. I'm so sorry to interrupt you there. I'm also joined in by Shukato Majumdar, the Union Minister, on the phone line. Sir, how do you respond to what the Bengal CMs had to say? Till yesterday, the TMC was saying that they distanced themselves from Udayan Guha's remarks, but today the Bengal Chief Minister has very much echoed the same disparaging remarks that were passed against Prime Minister.
That is quite, expected from the point of view that TMC is always use this kind of derogative word. And Sindoor is the, one of the glorious thing the Indian women, especially the Hindu women, they prefer to use as a symbol of their suhag. But they have the Mamata Banerjee and her party, as they are using derogative comments against this Sindoor. It's showing the kind of respect they have on the Hindu rituals and Hindu culture. So that's why this kind of word they are using against the Hindus and making making fun of them only.
But Mr. Majumdar, apart from looking down upon the name of Operation Sindoor, Mamata Banerjee has also gone on to say that Operation Sindoor is a small matter, and this is another voice now coming out of the opposition after Mallikarjun Kharge.
Now see, this is the mindset of our opposition. India used a missile to attack the terrorist centers inside the Pakistan, and we entered inside the Pakistan almost 100 kilometers inside. So if they think that this is a choti moti baat, it's a kind of a small incident. So what they think that we should fight for a nuclear war or what? That will satisfy them. Are they warmonger? What are their demands? That's let them clear first. Our opposition leadership, let them clear first what they want.
Is it now amply evident that the Bengal Chief Minister has been rattled by Prime Minister's fiery speech when he attacked the law and order situation, which was amply evident from the violence in Murshidabad and Malda, alleging that hooligans were given a free hand in the name of appeasement and that police was reduced to mere spectators? Is this a tit-for-tat sort of a response that you see of the CM?
Yes, it is quite evident from the statement of the Mamata Banerjee that she is totally rattled and her mental condition is not quite right. She was behaving like a mental patient, nothing more than that. And how the derogative word, the kind of derogative word, the words have been used by the Mamata Banerjee herself, it is really shameful for a Chief Minister. Even I am shameful that my Chief Minister is using this kind of words against the Prime Minister of this country, whereas the Honorable Prime Minister has not taken the name of the Mamata Banerjee. And it is quite evident from the report of the Kolkata High Court committee that is formed by the Kolkata High Court 3-member committee. In that committee report, it is they clearly said that, it is clearly written that in that report, that police was quite jobless at that time when the Hindu houses were attacked. And it is planfully done.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Many thanks to you, Shukanta Majumdar, for joining in on CNN News 18 and sharing your precious insights with us. But you can see Prime Minister's roadshow very much on in Patna, which began from the airport. Prime Minister has in fact arrived with that emphasis on infra projects as he's launched few of them. It's going to be a 2-day visit. As we all know, Prime Minister will also be laying the political groundwork for the BJP workers. Remember, it's a critical year for Bihar as it heads into assembly elections later. And with that, we are slipping into a quick break. Stay tuned to CNN News 18 as we return with Nation at 5.
This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
So we have seen a court filing in which the Trump administration has claimed that because of the tariff threat that India-Pakistan were able to have that ceasefire understanding. What is India's stance on that court filing?
Okay. Madhu?
सर मधुरेंद्र मैं न्यूज़ 18 से। सर ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के ठीक बाद अभी देखा जा रहा है कि पाकिस्तान के जो आतंकी हैं, खासतौर पे लश्कर तैयबा के आतंकी, जिनकी प्रमुख भूमिका जो है पहलगाम आतंकी घटना में रही, वो भारत विरोधी मंच सजा रहे हैं। वहां से भारत को धमकियां दी जा रही हैं और सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि उनके साथ पाकिस्तान की सेना की सुरक्षा दिखाई दे रही है, पाकिस्तान के मंत्री दिखाई दे रहे हैं। इस पर क्या इंडिया रिस्पॉन्ड करना चाहेगा?
Sir, Pranay Upadhyay from India Today Aaj Tak. My question is regarding the 3 Indians who are missing in Iran, and this is yet another incident in last few months with Indians have gone missing, and there have been ransom calls. Is the government of India aware about the fact that the ransom calls have been made from Pakistan and people have been asked to deposit money in Pakistani accounts? How are we taking up this issue, and what is the response from the Iranian side?
Okay, Yeshi.
This is Yeshi Seli from Business India. I have 2 questions. One is on the uncertainty and instability in Bangladesh. There was talk of Professor Yunus submitting his resignation, then he had an all-party meeting. Is that a point of concern? And secondly, you had mentioned in the last briefing that there is no update yet on whether PM Modi will go for the G7. But with the new Prime Minister, is there likelihood of restoration of diplomatic ties? What is the situation between India and Canada right now?
Okay, so पहला सवाल उमा शंकर आपका है. देखिए, जहाँ तक हमारी जो द्विपक्षीय बातचीत या संबंध या जो एंगेजमेंट है पाकिस्तान के साथ, उस पे हमारा पक्ष, हमारा रवैया बड़ा साफ है, क्लियर रहा है, कंसिस्टेंट रहा है. जैसे हमने पहले भी बताया कि कोई भी इस प्रकार का द्विपक्षीय संबंध दोनों देशों के बीच में सिर्फ और सिर्फ बायलैटरल या कि दो पक्षीय ही रहेगा. साथ ही साथ हम ये फिर से दोहराना चाहते हैं कि आतंकवाद और बातचीत दोनों साथ में नहीं चल सकता है. और जहां तक आतंकवाद का सवाल है, उस पे बात इस मुद्दे पे होगी पाकिस्तान से कि जो हम लोगों ने उन आतंकियों का सूची जो दिया था उनको कुछ साल पहले, उनको हमारे हवाले करें. इस बात का मैंने जिक्र पिछले जो प्रेस वार्ता हुआ था उसमें भी किया था. और जहां तक जम्मू कश्मीर का सवाल है, उस पे जो बातचीत होगी द्विपक्षीय रूप से, जो बायलैटरल ढंग से ही बात होगी, वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ इस बात पे होगी कि पाकिस्तान ऑक्युपाइड कश्मीर यानी कि पाकिस्तान अधिकृत कश्मीर को कब का जो पाकिस्तान उसको इलीगल तरीके से, अवैध तरीके से उस पर कब्जा करके बैठा हुआ है, वो उस पर बात होगी कि कब वो उसको खाली करेगा अपना अवैध तरीके से उस पर जो कब्जा है उसको. और जहां तक सिंधु जल संधि का, इंडस वाटर ट्रीटी का सवाल है, जैसा कि मैंने पहले भी कहा और फिर मैं दोहराना चाहता हूं कि जब तक पाकिस्तान विश्वसनीय तरीके से अपना जो गतिविधि है आतंकवाद को बढ़ावा देने का, उसको जब तक नहीं खत्म करेगा, तब तक ये संधि जो है अबेंस में यानी कि स्थगित रहेगा. जैसा कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा अपने वक्तव्य में, और उसको मैं दोहराना चाहूंगा कि आतंकवाद और बातचीत दोनों साथ में नहीं चल सकता. आतंकवाद और व्यापार साथ में नहीं चल सकता है, और पानी और खून दोनों साथ में नहीं बह सकता. I would again reiterate this. We have been very clear and consistent in our position. I have said this in the previous presser last week, as also on the press engagement that we had on 13th of May. Our position in regard to Pakistan, in regard to engagement with Pakistan, has been clear and consistent. You are well aware of our position that any India-Pakistan engagement has to be bilateral. At the same time, we are clear that talks and terror don't go together. On terrorism itself, we are open to discussing the handing over to India of noted terrorists whose list was given to Pakistan some years ago. I would like to underline that any bilateral discussion on Jammu and Kashmir will only be on the vacation of illegally occupied Indian territory by Pakistan, and on the Indus Water Treaty, it will remain in abeyance until Pakistan credibly and irrevocably abjures its support for cross-border terrorism as the
Prime Minister embarks on his four-state tour today. Prime Minister has now, after paying that visit to Bengal, is in Patna in Bihar. Remember, it's a very significant visit given that it's also one that's marking a major developmental push just ahead of Bihar's 2025 assembly election. At the same time, we know it's Prime Minister's first visit to Bihar ever since Operation Sindoor commenced. On that note, let me also bring in Arun Dhata, who continues to stay with us. Those visuals coming in of Prime Minister in the car waving out to the huge crowds that have now arrived to welcome the Prime Minister. His popularity, of course, is soaring. Arun, is the Prime Minister now also, looking to benefit from the success story of Operation Sindoor, and what is the kind of role that will be playing when it comes to the upcoming assembly elections in Bihar?
Well, absolutely. Even we've seen in last couple of days, especially post the Operation Sindoor, that wherever Prime Minister Modi is visiting, he's speaking about the Operation Sindoor and how successful it was. When he visited the Adampur Air Base with the Air Force people there, that was a message for the Pakistan. Then he, of course, went to the Nal Air Base in Bikaner in Rajasthan. That was also a message for Pakistan. And now when we are seeing, he was in Gujarat yesterday, and he's in Bihar today, and tomorrow you'll see him in Uttar Pradesh. The message, of course, is very clear from the Prime Minister's side, especially from Bihar, because that's the place from where he made that promise. He vowed that action against Pakistan, and this time around, what India has achieved is something which is very significant. Without crossing the LOC, we have targeted, their centers like Bhavalpur, which is more than 100 kilometers from inside Pakistan. So that was a significant move. And of course, even in this roadshow, Akanksha, you see that there are people who gathered there. You can see the stamp of Operation Sindoor. People are, carrying those placards in their hands, which of course talks about the success of the Operation Sindoor. And in coming few days, you will see Prime Minister Modi traveling across the country with this message of Operation Sindoor. And Bihar being a very, very important state, since it's a poll-bound state, so therefore the significance is very, very, very much visible there. And tomorrow, when Prime Minister Modi is going to speak, that speech is going to be very interesting, because he's going to, of course, connect that Madhubani's speech and tomorrow when he is in Bihar, and the action which India has taken with that precision, without targeting the civilians of Pakistan, only targeting the terror infrastructure of the terrorists in Pakistan. So it's not only showing India's strength and might, but also the push of the Viksit Bharat, and that's the reason why you see it has the attachment like the airport inauguration, the terminal building inauguration, and the roads, the highways inauguration, train inauguration. So all these things are part of Prime Minister Modi's visit in Bihar.
And when you talk about Prime Minister's visit, is this also going to be a testament of the centre's commitment to the development of Bihar? Remember, as Prime Minister has already indicated that no matter which state, and even if it is one that's ruled by the opposition like a Bengal, they will all be part of the larger vision of a Viksit Bharat.
Well, that's right. That's the message which Prime Minister Modi has been sending out. We've been discussing about the Niti Aayog's meeting which happened in Delhi, which was, of course, skipped by Mamata Banerjee and few other chief ministers of opposition-ruled states. But the message was very clear that Viksit Rajya for Viksit Bharat 2047. And it's not only Prime Minister Modi spoke for the first time in the Niti Aayog. That has been the vision of the Modi government for last 2 to 3 years. They've been speaking about the Mission 2047, that how every state will have to play a crucial role here. If some state is doing a good work, that can be, copied by the other state, replicated in their areas. So that was the clear message. And even with this visit of Prime Minister Modi to West Bengal, today various developmental projects were also inaugurated there. And as you rightly mentioned, that the state, of course, is not ruled by the BJP, but still it's about the Viksit Bharat, and every state should get its due, and every state should develop. Then only you will see the reflection of it at the national level. And now when he's in Bihar, we've seen the inauguration of the airport building there, which is very, very important for the connectivity. And connectivity, Akanksha, is something which is paramount, because once you have the connectivity, you will have other infrastructure development taking place there, which will, of course, generate jobs, and that will ultimately help the people of Bihar, and that will, of course, going to be the ultimate desire and dream of the Prime Minister.
Right.
And with this, of course, he's also showcasing the strength of his government and the forces with this roadshow. And as we are seeing people there carrying those placards in their hands of the success of Operation Sindoor.
Absolutely. Prime Minister in Bihar launching projects, infrastructural projects for thousands of crores. We will keep tracking Prime Minister's visit to Bihar, and tomorrow, of course, to Uttar Pradesh as well. Thank you so much, Arun, for bringing us all those inputs. And with that, it's a wrap from my end. Thank you so much for watching. Up next is Plain Speak with Shivan.
Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. Today at the heart of the discussion lies a growing tension within the Indian National Congress, India's grand old party, between loyalty and nationalism. Just a few days ago, we told you how Operation Sindoor's aftermath seems to be leaving Congress split wide open. Today, those divisions have become a massive chasm. On the very day India announced military action on terror camps in Pakistan, Congress leader Shashi Tharoor had spoken to me, lauding the strikes and calling them restrained in the right manner. He's been a vocal supporter of the Modi government, something that has not been sitting right within the Congress. But Tharoor's recent remarks as part of the multi-party delegation have really rattled the Congress, where he praised the 2016 surgical strikes, calling them the first of their kind across the LOC. Tharoor said the country's approach to terrorism had evolved under the current government, and terrorists now understood that any provocation would come at a hefty cost. Udit Raj, Pawan Khera and other Congress leaders have attacked him as a super spokesperson of the BJP, with some reportedly even seeking action against him upon his return. But Tharoor, hitting back, said his words are being misrepresented and twisted. Even as this war of words continues, Congress leader Jairam Ramesh has likened terrorists to these MPs visiting many countries. Congress's senior leader said the MPs' delegation are roaming freely, quite like Pahalgam terrorists are. Are these mere ideological differences, or do they signal a deeper unease within the Congress of being unable to come to terms with Modi government's increasing action